today's episode, I'm spending the night in my tiny car halfway up a mountain, making delicious tortillas for dinner, getting chased by mountain goats, and climbing one last north wall before winter takes over. Brrr. Barely enough water, but oh man, was that needed. It's my second day on the road and showers are hard to find. Be quite careful, the road is icy. Found a really cool spot on Google Maps. Check that out. Should be right about here, in those rocks. It may not look like it, but there's a road that goes up to those rocks. And there is a nice view as well. Well, this kind of road. I think I've got the truck. Ha! Nothing my truck can't handle. You're probably wondering how do I plan to sleep in this tiny vehicle. So let me show you. First we have to First we have to take out the seats. Now I collapse these. I just throw that in the front. The giant cube is the sleeping bag. Okay. And there we have it. Plenty of room. While I was doing all of that, my phone was also putting in the work. Let's see what we've got. Hope you can hear that. It's one noisy deer. Will this soon work? This might become another cooking fail with Andrade. A bit of chicken. Okay, there's too much wind. I'm gonna put it on the ground. This was destined to happen. Not again. I forgot about the onions. Don't ask me what I'm putting in because I don't even know myself. I don't know that's salt, so bit of corn. As long as it's got color, it means it should have a taste, so. Okay, cleaned up the pan, now let's put it all together. Don't judge me, I have no idea how to wrap this up properly. Oh, it broke. No one's gonna know. There we go. Haven't exactly figured out the wrapping part yet, but I'll take it. Okay, now I still need to make lunch for tomorrow's adventure. Bread is a few days expired, but at least I know the peanut butter is gonna be good. Because it's homemade by me. Honestly, I don't think I've ever had better peanut butter than the one I make. The good old peanut butter and jam. There's one. Equipment malfunction. I'm also gonna put all of my water for tomorrow in the bag so it doesn't freeze. Nice and toasty. It's not even 9 p.m. but I've got a long day ahead of me tomorrow, so I'll see you in the AM for breakfast. Morgen. It's frozen. I'm gonna get out of the bag, buy the bullet, and get going. Oh. Yep, that's what happens when you open the door from the inside before you unlock it. Let's turn on the furnace. -2 feels more like -5 at least. The cold hits differently at the beginning of the season. Some dog food for breakfast. Okay, the windows are unfrozen. Let's just try not to drive off a cliff. I'm gonna knock out this 45-minute drive and see you then. Frosty frost. Huh? It feels more like it. This never gets old.
In 200 meters, keep left to stay on Soka. Keep left to stay on Soka.
Where should I go left here?
In 400 meters, turn left to stay on Soka.
You and your lefts.
Turn left to stay on Soka, then your destination will be on the left.
Roger that.
Your destination is on the left.
Ha. Might have some company. Okay, I've got quite some distance to cover before I reach the wall, so I might as well share some news with you guys. I've got some good and some bad ones. But first, you need a bit of backstory. When I was younger, I was having lots of problems with my Achilles tendons. It might have been a bit inherited, but I know for a fact training football didn't help either. Because after I quit, all of the problems slowly faded away, at least for a while. It wasn't until I started climbing that's when the problems came back, but this time in a different form. It wasn't the tendons, but my heels. Little did I know, it's all connected. Oh no. Better move. They're coming right at me. He's going back. Well, that was scary. Okay, back to the prepaid program. Far away in the distance, you can already see the start of the route up on that ridge. I do hope the bears are a bit more chill than those mountain goats. That seems like a perfect place for a bear cave. Okay, back to the story. So, long story short, found out I've got Hageland's deformity, which is an overgrowth on your heel, and it usually happens because of Achilles tendinitis, and the reason for that are usually stiff calves. Okay, I'm gonna go through the collar, up the scree fields, and from the ridge I'm gonna climb my way up to the top. As you can imagine, wearing stiff footwear like climbing shoes or winter boots isn't very enjoyable with a heel deformity. But the good news is, at least now I know where the problem comes from and I can take the right steps to work on getting it fixed. I already started stretching my calves to relieve the pressure in my tendons. We'll see where that takes us. But worst case scenario, if the overgrowth has gotten too big, I might have to get surgery. But I'd prefer to avoid that, of course. One step at a time. We're not even at the top yet, and we're already rewarded with such magnificent views. Honestly, I could have just gone up here, but couldn't miss such a cool shot. Finally made it to the wall. The route I'll be climbing maxes out at a 3rd grade difficulty. It's around 300 meters high, and it goes something like that. Can't really see the end point, but I assure you it does end somewhere behind there. Everything nice and tight. It might be cold, but at least it's not windy. Let's not jinx it. All of these health problems used to bother me a lot. I thought, why do I, out of all of the people, have to have such a messed up body? But nowadays I look at things a lot differently, and instead of whining about it, take it as a challenge. Because if you think about it, life is just one big challenge, and you just have to deal with it. Otherwise, you're just gonna end up stuck in that one place forever. And I highly doubt anyone wants that. And also, there's so many people who have it far worse than I do. So, I'm really in no position to complain. Well, you can complain all you want, but at least try to do something about it then. Up we go. I don't think I've ever climbed on dry rock in November, so high up. This year, the snow is avoiding us even more than last year. Oh, look at that hook. I mean, I'm not complaining or anything. Almost out. Oh, that sun feels nice. Okay, a few more meters to the actual summit. My toes are just now starting to unfreeze. Oh, what a way to end the season. Already next week this is gonna be all white. It's gonna stay like that till May or June next year. Quite a drop. Before I start munching on my sandwiches, let me show you some views. Oh no, someone lost a lens cap. Well, finally time for the PB&J. Ah. I'm gonna warm up my beverage. Meow. On the way down, I'm gonna down climb the same route I took on the way up. It's not gonna be the easiest, but by far the shortest. Back in the shade. Oh, bye bye, sunshine. Usually try to avoid down climbing, but today this really is my best choice. At least there's no wind here on this side. I often get asked why I don't share any information about the routes I'm climbing. And the reason is I don't want any inexperienced people trying to do the stuff I'm doing. It's not as easy as it looks on camera, and you need a lot of experience to do such kind of stuff. And those who have the experience should be able to find it, because they always give a few hints. If you know what you're doing and you just need a bit more information about the route, you can always send me a message and I'll be happy to help. Oh, sunshine. Why does the sun always bring wind? Alrighty, enough climbing for today. It's still a long way from being done. Still have to get through the bear territory. Well, today mountain goats are a bigger danger. I don't know if it's just me, but this creep field seemed a bit off. Usually it's a nightmare on the way up and enjoyable on the way down, but this was horrendous both ways. Then she lived. She doesn't like that sound. Didn't record much on the way down, but hope you still enjoyed it, and see you again in the next one. Who's a good bear?